morning. Welcome to another edition of Between Two Pines. With me today is Lisa Marden, Director of Planning here at the District, responsible for how we grow, and that includes how we get around through community transportation. That's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. So the District's run transit for a little while. We have the Corridor 11 bus that runs up Highway 11 from Orillia to Huntsville. But getting east and west and around to other parts of the District's been a bit of a challenge. We used to run a rural bus. It didn't work very well, and so we're introducing a new service.
We are. We're really excited to introduce a demand-responsive transit system, which will hopefully allow our residents across the rural areas of Muskoka to gain access to our fixed route systems, which means buses that run on a schedule. So we do have the Corridor 11 bus, like you said. Yeah. We also have the Bracebridge local service known as the Wave, and the town of Huntsville also operates a fixed local route bus.
Okay, but people may not be aware of what demand-responsive means, so how does that work? How does a ride work?
Demand responsive means that when you need a ride, you can book on an app, or you can use the website, or you can also call in and you can have somebody facilitate a ride directly curb to curb for where you're going.
Oh, okay.
It is not exactly like Uber. You're not getting a dedicated ride from your residence to your destination. It's more like a flexible bus route that is determined on need of that day. So you will be on a van with other people.
Okay, so I'd be on there with other people who are kind of going to the same place, and the app figures that out, but you would book this in advance, right? So somebody would say, I gotta go to the grocery store tomorrow. They'd either book it on their smartphone, or they'd pick up the phone and say, can I get a ride from my house to the grocery store tomorrow morning at this time? And the van will show up.
Absolutely. And you can also book in advance if you have recurring rides, you need to regularly get to work on a certain day, or you have after-school activities for your children. That is something we can do as well.
This is very cool. So I know we're already running a bit of a pilot of this, but what's the rollout look like for this?
We are rolling out what's known as phase 1 of the program on November 4th, and it is in a very specific geographic area around the urban center of the town of Gravenhurst. And it will be providing some connections through to the Skyways Motel along the Highway 11 corridor, and also through the Corridor 11 bus, which will allow people to connect to both Huntsville and through to Orillia.
And so how much does this cost? What's the fare?
For phase 1, the fare is a flat rate of $5 and $3 for students.
Okay, all right. And where do I get more information? Where do people find out more?
There's more information available on our website, muskoka.on.ca.
All right, so that's a very cool new service we're introducing here at District. Lots of other stuff going on, including some learning opportunities for small businesses, as well for caregivers. This is something we do, workshops for caregivers here in Muskoka across the District. And of course at District Council this month, we had some big stuff. The hospital redevelopment plan, we talked about Muskoka Airport, all council insights, the highlights and the recording of the council meeting are available on our website. And as always, you can learn it more on what's happening here in Muskoka at muskoka.on.ca. Don't forget to subscribe.